Jim Davison just humiliated Kier Starmer, the UK's worst PM ever. In a dimly lit room of a prestigious London venue, the atmosphere crackled with tension. A crowd buzzing with anticipation had gathered for an event that promised laughter and reflection. Among them was comedian Jim Davison, known not just for his sharp wit but also for his unapologetic critiques of public figures. Little did anyone know, tonight would become an unforgettable chapter in the ongoing saga of British politics. As the evening unfolded, the audience was treated to Davison's usual blend of humor and biting commentary. But when he turned his gaze to Labour leader Kier Starmer, the laughter took a distinctly different tone. Is he the worst Prime Minister Britain has ever seen? Davison quipped, and the room fell silent. Curious glances exchanged, a palpable tension hung in the air. Starmer, seated just a few rows back, felt the weight of Davison's words. The comedian's reputation for merciless humor was well known, and the implications of that question hung heavily. Could it be true? The audience leaned in, eager to witness the unfolding drama. As Davison continued, he referenced a series of missteps from Starmer's leadership, a series of policy blunders that had left the public scratching their heads. Each jab was sharper than the last, igniting murmurs among the crowd. We've gone from Brexit to broken promises, and now we have a leader who can't seem to lead. He exclaimed, the crowd erupting into a mix of laughter and gasps. But it wasn't just about humor, there was a deeper layer of intrigue as Davison hinted at something more personal. What's next, Kier? A royal appointment. He teased, alluding to Starmer's aspirations for higher office and perhaps even a hint of ambition toward the monarchy itself. The audience was left buzzing with speculation. Just as the laughter reached its peak, a figure emerged from the shadows, none other than a royal family member, known for their keen interest in politics. Whispers filled the room. Was the royal family taking sides? The tension mounted as Davison acknowledged the presence, raising the stakes even higher. I hope you've got your popcorn ready, because this is going to get interesting. He declared, sending a ripple of excitement through the audience. But what did this royal presence mean for Starmer? Was it a show of support, or a silent judgment? The questions lingered, and the crowd was captivated. Starmer's face reflected a mix of annoyance and concern, and the camera zoomed in on his furrowed brow, amplifying the suspense. As the night wore on, Davison's jabs took on a more personal tone. He began recounting a story from Starmer's past, a moment that had shaped his political journey. You know, Kier, not everyone can rise from the ashes of their own mistakes, he said, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. The audience hung on every word, eager to learn more. Davison revealed that Starmer had once been a promising figure in the legal world, hailed for his integrity and commitment to justice. But somewhere along the way, he had lost his way, the pressures of politics transforming him into a figure of ridicule. The audience could feel the shift, it was no longer just humor, it was a poignant reflection on ambition, failure, and redemption. As the evening neared its end, Davison delivered his final blow. So, Kier, what's your plan? To become the PM everyone forgets, or will you rise to the occasion? The tension in the room was electric. Starmer had remained silent, but his eyes glimmered with determination. The audience was torn, some cheering for Davison, others silently rooting for Starmer. With a dramatic flourish, Davison invited Starmer onto the stage for a face-to-face confrontation. Let's hear your side, Kier. What do you have to say for yourself? The room held its breath, each person keenly aware that history was being made in that moment. Starmer stood up, his expression resolute. But just as he opened his mouth to respond, the lights flickered ominously, plunging the room into darkness for a heartbeat. Gasps filled the air as uncertainty gripped the audience. When the lights returned, Starmer had vanished. The crowd erupted into chaos, questions swirling. Was this a planned exit or a strategic retreat? What would be the fallout from such a public humiliation? And what would the royal presence mean for Starmer's future? As the cameras zoomed in on Davison, a sly smile spread across his face. Stay tuned, folks. This is just the beginning. The screen faded to black, leaving the audience buzzing with anticipation for the next chapter in this unfolding drama of British politics, where humor and consequence collided in a spectacular fashion. The story doesn't end here, it's merely a prelude to what's next in the realm of the royal family and its intricate dance with politics. What will Starmer do next? And how will the royal family respond to this newfound spectacle? Only time will tell.